Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We are going to continue this ranked Dominaria draft here. I'm going to get out of the way just a second to show you. See, we have no losses yet. We are 4-0 over here with this dragon deck that I'll show you in just a second. But before I show you the dragon, I want to show you the link down below in the panels. That is my link to my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They are purveyors of physical Magic gear. Anything you need for your physical game, you're going to find at cardkingdom.com. And if you shop via my affiliate link, if you go there via that link down below, they know both that you support my stream and that you appreciate their support of me. And then any purchases you make after you visit with that link help very directly, because then they see that their support of me is paying off for them as well. And if you do, you've heard it from me before, but they have competitive to industry-leading numbers on basically every axis, and if you include them in your checkout when you're exploring, you want to buy that Karn, whatever, you're looking to spend some money on cards, check them out, and I think you'll find that often they win, and they become a go-to place for you like they are for me. All right, let's check out this dragon deck. What do we do here? I'll get into deck building again, get out of your way a little bit. So we are heavily about winning with Dargaz here. We don't have any other great plans, but we also have great ways to execute this plan. I mean, if we don't find, sometimes Dargaz is going to be on the bottom of the deck. How do we win in that case? Well, we do have Thallid Omnivores that can get big. Maybe we just Dark Bargain, Eviscerate, and draw enough cards that we attrition Oppo and get there that way. Note that we do not have any Raised Deads. The Soul, help me out. I can't believe for a spell I've cast that much, I can't believe it's not coming to my brain right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Raised Dead twice, don't have that. Soul Salvage, thank you. I knew it. I got half the words. So yeah, we might just, like, if we don't get the dragon, we have to scrap it out through attacks. I just don't like trying to win through the ground in this format without trample or evasion. Steel Leaf is a little bit evasive, but this is a tough format to just kind of plan to win your games on the ground in. So mostly we're trying to get to the dragon and have this be our inevitability. And let's see if we can make it happen. Soul Salvage is what I was looking for. Thank you, Raptor. Yeah. If we go to Battlefield Right, let's get this record updated. All right. Looks good. We got a 1, we got a 3, we got a 5, and we got a 6. Well, maybe we have a 2. I don't often play Skin Witch on 2, but when Oppo goes turn 1 Lava Runner, you adjust your plans accordingly. Let's see what they come up with for it. Looks like red, blue wizards, and they didn't play a follow-up. This makes me fear a Syncopate. Syncopate would not be great, but we still get to go. I would rather, if we get the Skin Witch out, fine, it blocks. If they Syncopate it, fine. They use their Skin Witch, or they use their Syncopate on a Skin Witch, and then we get a turn 3 Surveyor, turn 4 Gorger, turn 5 Grow, turn 6 Candle activation, and at least we have a nice sequence for the next stretch. And so we're going to offer this for the Syncopate, or have it start blocking the Lava Runner. No Syncopate. Again, with no Soul Salvage, we're never going to see this Skin Witch again. I guess we have the one bring back a, or is that the other deck? I don't have Oh yeah, we have one Nature Spiral here, so we could get something like a song, you know, one of our permanents back. But Nature Spiral is a single Raise Dead, so we do have one way to get some creatures back, and even a Song of Frailes if we want. But we're just going to continue on here. Maybe this is our new 5 over row. We'll see what we want to do. Get our splash now, sure. If they attack in with both, there may be a into the royal or whatever the bounce draw is called in this. What is it? I remember the Zendikar name, of course. Not this one. Where's my brain today? Good thing it's Friday. You can blink of an eye. Thank you, Kadeth. Yeah, we just gorge her here, right? They're choosing not to attack. That's good. Probably means they don't have blink or a trick. Maybe they have a hard counter here, but actually Gorger's another place where I'm... Whatever, this is kind of a... That's a 4/4 for 4. That's fine. If we get it, fine. If they counter it, fine. I'm more interested in this resolving and this resolving. Trickster's a fun card. It's so easy to get people with this because it's tough to remember to play around it. I forget to play around it, and it does some really interesting stuff on defense if you let them attack, and especially the lose all abilities. One of my favorites is bringing flyers out of the sky to come down and be eaten by your ground crew. We're just going to take this and get back to a blocking state. I don't like being at 12, but I think we're going to stabilize here, get some life back, and we'll be fine. We'll also wait on the grow. Let's just Acolyte here, and then we have the land in hand to candle next turn. Brian says, do you ever find yourself not playing good cards because you perceive them as being cheap, or you just dislike them because you lose to them often? I noticed last night I tend to do this a lot, and it leads to me building suboptimal decks because I don't want to play those cards even though they are very good. F that card. I don't have an F that card mentality. I mean, as you saw from, like, you heard me rant about how I don't like mill strategies, right? But then at the same time, you saw me happily play the mill strategies if it's what I felt was going to win us the game. However, for me, you know my shtick, it's all about ultimately happiness. And for me, I'm much happier playing the annoying strategy that's going to increase my win percentage than I am saying F that card. But if F that card gives your brain the happy you want, you know, go for it. I try not to give up win percentage. But yeah, Cat Oven, but not in limited. Like in if something is on the line, I'm gonna fight with and against Cat Oven. But when it's casual, then I'm just not gonna waste my time with that. Talking about that instead of my plays, but I feel like Cloud Reader Sphinx was well worth the removal there. I'm now out of coffee and sipping in an empty cup, which makes me feel crazy. All right, they're going for it down below. That's pretty good. I guess we can either, like, we need to do something to take out the Skizzik, and here I like 1-for-1ing for the Journey Mage, and then we stay back with Acolyte, and they're down to 2 cards. If these are really powerful cards, we could be in trouble, but if this is just, you know, maybe a land and just something, I think we could be okay from here. But this is not a very good defensive hand, so right now the plan is to leave 1 creature left here for this trade, leave the Windgrace Acolyte back to block the Skizzik, and then we're fairly well stable because the Witch can then block even the Trickster, and we're only taking one. So we'll get to you in a minute, sir. This makes me just want to elf and grow. I was thinking about bargaining here, but at 7 life, that's risky. We'll just kick the grow and try and make the blocks to survive so we can get our dragon online. And with the kick grow, we can even consider using the elves in combat here. We can try and potentially... Okay, now we've got to chump and actually leave Dargaz back on D, which is too bad, but better than losing. So we'll chump here, and do we want to chump again? Oh, it's got trample, so I better double chump there. Are we just dead? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost dead. Yeah, I think we're just dead, actually. The trample is enough that Dargaz are going to be able to attack around Dargaz. So they had, I was saying if their final cards were just whatever, we were going to be okay, but they weren't just whatever. They had removal, so that was a pretty big problem. Now we almost need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw the Shivan Fire, oh, we don't have that. Nah, never mind. I couldn't come up with a 2-card sequence that allows us, or a sequence that allows us to win here. So we are done. Yeah, I should have put elves on a 2/2. It didn't matter though. Bottom line, I worked out that we had no draws in the deck to come back from that, even if we were at 2 or whatever. We're still just super dead. There's just enough aggro in this format so that you have to respect it. You know, I get kind of tilty and salty when I lose to Boros in this format or whatever, but I lose to Boros all the time. Boros can absolutely get out fast, strong, and take some risks and win some games. I just think in the long run, you're going to have more success with the controlling deck in this format. But one of the things I like about the format is that it's not just all control decks bashing against each other. You have to have some play against aggro or it will run you over, and you don't want to give up percentages to those decks. So I kind of like one of the things I like about Dominaria is how there's so many aspects of your deck that you need to consider. You need to understand how you're going to survive early. You need to understand how you're going to gain card advantage, how you're going to recur value, and how you're going to be inevitable if you're on the controlling side of things. I don't have a lot of forests to get this champ out, but we do have migration into Frailes, which will get this champ out, and probably even a dark bargain. So this is an easy keep. If we happen to rip some forests, maybe we just go migration into Steel Leaf, but that would require forest from here. Wow, do I not want this to get syncopated? But also I'm not gonna like wait. You know, like we have to try. You gotta try and resolve your spells. That's fair, Buckeye. I thought we were pretty stable, but I could have played it more cautiously than I did. So with the Surveyor, we'll go ahead and survey here instead of Song. Although, also because we can't, if we had drawn a forest, you could make the argument to go forest, swamp for Song, tap, 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 champ, but we can't even do that. So we'll survey for us another forest here, and then Song next turn. I thought we had turned the corner enough to attack, but clearly we hadn't, so I I'd have to relook at the game to understand how rotty that perspective is, but I probably should have stopped to consider the race potential in the face of removal more than I did. I think you're right about that. Okay, so there's more help for the song. If we do Sap Herd, we can't play song this turn. If we do song, if we go forest, song, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can't get both. If we could get Steel Leaf and Sap Herd out after a song. Yeah, it does set up a nice turn next turn, I guess, if we do it that way. I was hoping to get 2 spell after, you know, song into Sap Herd here. But even though we don't, it still feels like the correct play. Just kind of have this too tempting unspent mana, but they can threaten to block here. Although, frankly, I think we just take it all here as we set up for Chapter 3 ahead. I haven't updated anything on that front yet, Cardinator, but I'm not doing Constructed this week. We're going to have Jay on next week when we can do some actual Theros stuff, and at that point I'll try to have a better point plan. All right, well, they are affecting our ability to get the super awesomest song possible, but they're also using up their Shivan Fires on, you know, stuff we got value out of, so could do a lot worse than where we're doing here. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that makes for a nice Steel Leaf plus Baloth if we get, yeah, we just have the mana colors to do it. Could also just kick this if we just wanted to kick the Gorger, I suppose. But I like getting a 4/4 and the 5/4 ahead of Chapter 3 as opposed to just one big thing. Yeah, I'm watching the auto tap by tapping the black ahead here. No bounce, no bounce. No, they got bounce. Oh, they got big Shivan Fire. Wow, trips Shivan Fire. That's super nice though, right? I even like it with the Vigilance over bothering to eviscerate the Cyclops this turn. Just add to the damage. That should be pretty good for us. Eviscerate the Cyclops, win target game. Two blockers is still 8, so we get to swing away. Sing a song. Got a 5th win. Five wins is my happy place. I would love to get a couple more, of course, but I never feel like I have failed when I manage the old fiver. And this is a nice keep. Got to plot out the curve. I think we just want grow on 2, and then that should give us, if we draw a land, we should have kicked grow on 3, right? Actually, we don't even need to draw the land, right? We do this, we get to the 4th. That's, yeah, kicked grow on 3 is hot stuff, folks. Sorry, Oppo. You're going to want to play an island about now. Let's see, we are on 2 forests, 1 swamp, so we just want forest swamp. Good migration here, but I don't see a need. We'll just kick that after we Dargaz. Well, let me do it and just try and block the unicorn, but... This might produce a scoop. I don't know. They can try and race. If they have an eviscerate, they get to eviscerate it now and buy some time. I mean, the thing with Dargaz, even if they eviscerate it, we get it back. But maybe also they scoop. Turn 4 Dargaz does not seem super fair, no. They could have, oh, even that, like, wait, if they had done the exile, does that work? Let's see. Yeah, they could have gotten settle the score, boom, and then we have a real game. Like, yeah, Magic is easy when they don't have the settle the score or the seal away for your Dargaz, right? All right, let's go for 7. And of course, we've made it to legit more gems than we spent land. We have 2 shots at 1 more win as well. That's nice. We have a foul to give on our way to 7 here. Yeah, that was a constructed worthy curve out. Although I'd hope you'd pick a better top end than Dargaz for your constructed deck. More heavy ramp. More decision time. I think we'll go grow on 2 here. It just sets up... Well, let's see. If we don't do grow on 2, what are we doing? Yeah, maybe I'll wait. Because the reward here isn't quite as big. Because if we grow here, we get a 4th land. Next turn, we play a 5th. And yes, we can play the spider. But we can already play an omnivore next turn, which is a 3/3. And then if we can kick the grow, it both thins the library and gets us to the land count to cast Dargaz if we find him. I think it's him. So... I'm going to be slightly greedy on the grow here and wait because it doesn't have the payoff that it did last game. Obviously, last game had an insane payoff for doing the turn 3 grow. It's especially the alternate play of the omnivore. Like, if the omnivore were, say, just another land, I would absolutely be growing, so we for sure had something to do on the next turn. Going to continue this plan. Next turn, we have to decide whether we're kicking a grow or a spider. If we draw a land, we're definitely spidering. If we don't draw a land, we may want to kick grow so we can kick sap the turn after, but we'll see. Well, I guess Instead, well, let's just play the Thallid. We could do Thallid and Migration here after attack. Yeah, now we're, well, certainly let's play Thallid and attack, and then we can discuss whether we want to be greedy and go for 4 here, or just take the two 2/2s now. What do you think? Kicked Migration is 6 mana for 4, and versus 2 mana for 2. I feel like we kind of just want to do it now and beat down, right? And if we find a land, we can go Spider or kick Grow, or probably just Spider at that point. And then we're really just beating down with this Thallid out. So I'm going to not be greedy, and we'll go for immediate aggro. Sorry, Tron. At 6/6, we don't lose our Omnivore and they lose their Spider, so we're definitely going to do that. Then we have to decide about this stupid Grow. I was kind of happy initially when they animused our Llanowar, but now it's actually kind of being annoying. But yeah, let's attack with the Omnivore. It's a good threat here. I'm going to Grow. Kind of sad. I was hoping to kick, but I think we Grow. And then now any land gets us a Skin Witch kicked, and no land at least gets us a Spider. So that's why I like growing there, despite the lack of a kick. Grun, you say? Well, Grun don't have trample, so as long as he's not trampling, I'm not super afraid of Grun. Especially, this is where the Skin Witch is so sneaky in this format. Oh, land on top. Basic 1 time. Get their final 2 cards, have a chump for Grun. Have fodder for Omnivore. It's the 1/3 that sticks around and actually is relevant, even as a 1/3 on turn 9 or whatever, that makes Skin Witch so amazing. All right. Land me. Land me! Ah, no land. But we still have the threat of attack. Let's see. Omnivore with 2 saps down would become 6/8/8. And if we go 3, we can't. It becomes a 9/9 instead of a 10/10. Are we happy trading a Saproling and an Omnivore for a Grun, for example? You want a Skin Witch as a 1/3 just to add fodder? Well, it may not be the worst idea, just because we're probably missing out on the value of getting their hand now. I'm at 0 hourglasses, though. I'm going to start with an attack. I'm going to go ahead and offer the Omnivore, see what they want to do. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Because now I kind of want to get Mammoth Spider and yeah, well, if we get the Spider, the Acolyte can start attacking is the thing. But Grun is going to be a problem, I suppose, so we'll play the longer game. Spider blocks Spider. Does 9 get us anywhere? 9 gets us nowhere, so we stop here. And I will wait. If they don't find a land and just play one thing here, then maybe we still get their last 2. Fungal plots, all right. Ah, give us a land now, please. Come on. All right. Interesting they didn't attack with the spider. I mean, I guess we're at 24 and they're feeling it wasn't worth it or something, but I'm happy they didn't attack. Maybe they just figured they're going to get Grun back down and Grun is going to do all the work, and why bother with a spider attack? With fungal plots, what are they going to be able to do? 1, 2 dead creatures for the fungal plots. Now they're willing to send the spider. Yeah, I think they were just expecting Grun to do the work because they had a better attack last turn that they didn't take. We're going to presume nothing's going, you know, they just drew 1 card, probably a land they're sandbagging. Not playing black, so I'm not going to sandbag myself against counter witches. And I'm going to start with just a mammoth spider and stop the attacks. Should have worked out my attacks before playing anything, but I will send the witch here. If they want to go plots, they could have like made a sapperling from plots and like triple block, but that would have been fine with me too. Big boy. We got 1 right back, although we don't have the 8 to kick it yet. I'm going to play the Windgrace Acolyte right now, and we'll see if we can't get 1 more mana to kick the Gorger so that it can square off against theirs. Also, yeah, fungal plots exiling stuff out of graveyards in a format where I want to be using my graveyard as a draw pile, a library, is another reason I don't really like this card. It tends to underperform and works counterproductively against the set's strongest synergies. So they're just coming in with it. I mean, we could even just throw everything we've got on the Gorger. If they didn't draw something, we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, we could just do this. And then basically we're going to get our own Gorger down. 3, you know. In heavy saps, it has a place, yes, because you can, if you are playing this just to sacrifice sapperlings you're making on your own, yes. But the notion that you're going to eat up your graveyard just tends to be counterproductive, even in green-black saps. But let's... do I even care about this? Yeah, I think we just take it here. We're too close to getting our own, and let's try to make some different problems for them. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. They do have enough that they could block everything and take out our Gorger too, assuming that we did something to kill theirs. Waiting on Daragaz to save us. Yeah, see, now Fungal Plots is doing something, because, you know, I like chewing up sapperlings that I'm making incidentally to draw cards. I just don't like exiling my own dead creatures. We got to try and kill this Gorger in combat. We can either... There's no, like, sudden death touch, right? Yeah, do we want... Well, here's the thing. Do we want to try and straight trade, or do you just want to pile on? I guess we try the straight trade. If they've got something, we have to do the pile on next time. Mike wanted to block with extra. I was ready to trade for a trick and then do the pile on we were looking at before. Of course, now we get the eviscerate. I'm going to eviscerate the spider, though, because we have a decent clock here. Does this gain life? Yeah, they gain 2 life. So I guess we have a decent clock, but they have a lot of life gain in the 6 saps they can sack. Yeah, they're an effective 17. You're right. But are we going to sit around and wait, though, Raptor? I mean, that's the only other choice, right? And I felt like basically the question is be proactive and start attacking, or sit back on an eviscerate, and I chose to start attacking, so... Yeah, but you're right. You're totally right to observe that they are, in fact, at 17 and with significantly out-carding us as well. But this is a good sign. It means they're digging for Windgrace Acolyte answers and so far didn't find them, probably. Oh, actually, that was our turn. Sorry. I was thinking they were digging in their main phase, but they were just using their extra mana at the end of our turn. So no desperation there, just efficient use of mana from Oppo. But yeah, using up their saps is good, but also, you know, they drew a lot of cards and stuff. We may get this, I'm feeling like we may get reproached here or something. Yeah, I said mana, but you know what I mean. Like they were doing the thing before they untapped is all I mean. But yeah, I guess they could, like, given that it doesn't cost mana, they could have just waited, right? Maybe that was something they didn't need to do at the end of our turn. Yeah, we can swing with the 2/2. We can even swing with the spider if we wanted. Let's see, they've got nothing else to make saps with in the yard. And if they put 1, 2, 3, 4, they need to put 4 of their 5 creatures on the spider to kill it, and then we take out a bunch of their stuff. So I think we can send in, like, all this. No spider, says Mike. Well, Mike says no spider. You don't want to lose the spider? You don't think it's worth it for, like... Also, well, I think the scary thing here is actually that they drew 3 cards, a 4th, and then have 7 mana and haven't done anything. I think I'm just going to send in the Windgrace and see what they're up to here, because this is very suspicious. My spider sense is going off here, no pun intended. But, okay, maybe they didn't have anything? Interesting. They want to come back for the attack instead of taking out our flyer. I wonder if they have another spider or something. That suggests to me they have a different plan for the Acolyte. Yeah, maybe they're just planning on plots. I mean, we're up against number 86 here, so we're certainly not counting on Oppo to be making mistakes. We are getting worse on our defense against the crackback, but I still think we're attacking right now. And I'm going to continue playing out land, given that we have card draw and big stuff. when we're 6-1 and against number 86, it could be, yeah, I was like kind of waiting for the, like, what's the blowout card that they have? You know what? I've been bracing for something like this. I mean, the fact that it's only on this 3/4 is quite the relief, actually. The fact that we can't seem to find anything except land and low impact spells is a problem. Yeah, that's what they were prepping for, right? The spider had to die because this was coming. Well, 15 cards to 16 cards. At least we're ahead on that axis. But we got to find... Now we're in the passenger seat here. We're trying to find answers ourselves. What are we looking for? We have Dargaz, of course. What else gets us out of this? We have one dark bargain to help us find stuff. But really, we're at Omnivore and Nature's Spiral. Like, we want Nature's Spiral to get back our Blood Tallow Candle to kill this Krosan Druid. But looks like we're going to go to full games again, because now I don't think we're going to win this one unless we get very, very specific cards off the top. Song doesn't quite do it. We're not just dead, though, so we'll play Song. Dargaz off the top would make it interesting, though. How about we do that? All right. Of course, I said that before they made a 10-10 Grun, but we did get our Dargaz, kind of classic Magic gods. We'll answer your prayer that was rendered moot before you finish the sentence. We have a different spot now, though. They're going to be sending the single Grun in, and now what we're looking for is a... Now, in order to win this game, we need Nature's Spiral to get back Blood Tallow Candle to make Grun -5/-5 with his ability on the stack so that he only becomes a 10-10 so that we can double block, or we... Anyway... We can chump Grun for a bit, but it all goes south pretty quickly. Okay, they're doing it this way. We're gonna go like this. Actually, we go like... Oh yeah, we want to go like this. Gotta go like that. I'm assuming we're dead with Oppo flunging like this. Probably have, well, they don't have a big pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go to 1. They're just... I think we go to 1 and kill as much as we can. But given that, we may as well kill the elves. Yeah, we can do... Well, things I want to eat stuff... I don't care about going to 1. I'd rather have them have a dead creature than bounce off the Sapper, as long as we technically stay alive. Yeah, they sack the tokens, but if we kill the elves, then they make tokens. That's what I was thinking. I don't know, what are we going to do at 2? We're just mostly dead. Would have liked to take a notch in the belt out of a number 86 here, but number 86 wins the day. Flooded too heavily at the end. We had only a narrow number of outs, though. I mean, it feels like a slap in the face to draw a land, but like most of our deck was blanks. We were looking for a handful of cards to have anything to do, even in the last handful of turns there. Looks like I got some catch up to do. What's going on here? Holly top right, and Link to the left of Holly. Gonna give you alt art hobby, Holly hobby there. We'll flip the box, and then Link is the same on both sides, though. It doesn't matter. If I go green screen, would you all miss the boxes? I feel like green screen would be better for your viewability of the battlefield, though. I've been thinking about it. All right, nice keep. Oh, I said nice keep, and it was a terrible keep. I just thought we had a forest, guys. This is actually a mulligan. Maybe we'll find a forest to bail me out, but you could punt me, but really it was just a brain punt. It's not a strategic punt. I just thought we had a forest. Wow, what a way to go out. I'm not mad though, because it was not a strategic error. I really get mad at myself when I miss lines that I know I should have seen or whatever. But look, we might even be okay. Oh, great point, Mike. I didn't really factor in the 2 saps to sack thing, but that's nice. That's a good point. Just to read it out for those in YouTube who can't see well, Mike calls out that when we were deciding those blocks in the game was basically over, but just from an optimal play standpoint, when blocking versus plots, and you're going to kill stuff that you're blocking, block one sap and one not, and then they have to sack one of the unblocked saps if they want to get value. So that's a great point, Mike. Let's try and recover here. All right. Let's kick the grow and then get the elves out. Actually, just want a couple forests. This is a problem here, the Cinder Wind. If everything attacks, we can expect some tricks. Funny that, yeah, I don't know why they did that pre-combat. I would just give me a chance to block incorrectly. Throw something on Get To Journey Mage, take out the elf, and then everything pumps. As it is, can we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 9 go to 6. What's our plan after going to 6? Because, like, again, this is the problem. If they have any more instants or sorceries, the thing is we can't kill anything now, so I can't see blocking. We just got to go to 6 and try and... East, you want to save life there? I think the same thing's going to happen next turn. Like, you may be right that, like, if they don't have anything else to activate the Cinder Wind, then saving the life there would have been correct. But this way we can, let's see, we can either make a huge Gorger, but really the sensible thing to do now is Well, we can make a 4/4 and 2 2/2s to go a little bit wider. And then we have a lot of multi-blocks that work even with a Cinderwind pump. Yeah, if they have retort, we just kind of lose, which we might. I mean, we're at the 6-2 bracket. You know, this is a good deck. I've said I really only like the red blue wizards aggro when you've got the Cinderwind, but when you do, it's a monstrous deck. So what do we like? 8-8 versus... Yeah, I'm just gonna go 8-8, and then we get a bunch of... Then we can kick sap next turn. All right, we were talking about how retort kind of ends the game, and it... Does it end it? We chump. I think we're dead, but I'll untap. No, I mean, it was the retort that it felt like, but we couldn't play around it. Boo. Well, who knows what that game looks like on a mulligan, as I would have done if I had seen that we didn't actually have a forest. But honestly, against that start from Oppo and the limited interaction tools our deck actually have, I don't think we were winning that almost with anything except a mulligan into an answer for the Cinderwind. So yeah, if we had mulliganed into something for the Cinderwind, we maybe have a chance there. But Cinderwind plus all those instants and sorceries meant that we were not really getting there regardless of how we ended up. So unfortunately, we had 2 shots at a 7-win, and we lost them both. Boo. But we're going to be happy about... Profit. Sweet profit. We got more gems than we put in, so nothing to complain about. Hey, I like drawing. As far as, you know, playing for constructed playables, opening some dual lands is always nice. And yes, it is new draft time, and we'll do it from here. We're not going anywhere. We'll just stay on our main free-to-play here, since we have the resources. Oh, thanks, East. Yes, East reminds me. I'm supposed to say goodbye to YouTube friends. See ya, YouTube friends. Thanks for hanging out.